What's up, YouTube? And how about a little yesterday, which was March 29th? How about some Instacart action to start my workday off with? So, yeah, haven't done Instacart in a while, guys. Now, just a kind of reminder here: I do not have I have Instacart on my phone and everything, but I'm on a waiting list. So Instacart and Amazon Flex, I've been on a waiting list for months now. So this is my wife's account. And it was kind of a funny story. I woke up, and usually I wake up, I throw, these clothes on, you know, kind of get around or whatever, sometimes take the dog out, and then I'm ready to dash, like not even sometimes 15 minutes after crawling out of bed. I'm ready to go. Well, in the on this particular day, in the process of doing all that, she's like, before I leave, she's laying in bed looking at Instacart orders, and like I'm like, why are you even looking at those like right now? And like, she's not even out of bed yet. She's like, oh well, I don't know. I might want to do some, or I was like, well, I mean, if you accept something before I get a DoorDash order, I'll go with you. But and then this right here, this order comes across, two orders, I forget the exact amount, $14 and something, and the mileage wasn't that bad. It was like, I don't know, 7 miles, something like that. And I told her, well, I said, that's a halfway decent order. I mean, if you accept that, I'll log off this dash and I'll go with you. So she accepts it. Not even out of bed, not even dressed yet, nothing. So she accepts that, and then she's scrambling around throwing clothes on, and I had like my drink and different stuff in my car. While she's doing that, I'm transferring stuff over to her car, and and then we get out on the road and head to Kroger. This screenshot here was taken on our way to Kroger, and one thing I'll say that I like about this right here is, down below, I really like how with each of these customers, it shows how many orders to this point they had done with Instacart. So customer A, five, this order right here was their 581st order that they placed, and the second customer 177. So we know right off the bat that these are, customers that's been doing Instacart for a while. They understand the process, they know what's going on, and that's really helpful to know. When I saw this, it kind of reminded me of, and I've told this story before, this has probably been over a year ago. I accepted a stacked city barbecue um, order for $10, and the mileage wasn't too bad. And I get to the city barbecue, and come to find out, both of these are like large orders. Now, it didn't come across. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember now if it had that large order or catering icon at the bottom of the screen, or this might have been even. This was when I was like new to dashing, so they might not have put that designation on all those orders yet at this point. I don't really remember, but I they were both multiple sacks and everything. I knew each one of these was like over $100. Okay, and so I thought, well, this is kind of weird that this is just $10. The first order goes right across the street to the post office. So I drop that off, no problem. The other order, I have to drive like 4 or 5 miles away, and it delivers to a church. And and these two people at the church that are accepting this order, they're completely like totally confused and lost and everything. They're wanting to make sure that asking me if every single thing is included in the order. And I said, well, I'm not supposed to dig through these sacks. The store verifies that, and yada yada yada. And they were asking questions about DoorDash and how it works or what. I could tell this was their very first time ever ordering. And anyway, I go to deliver that and close out the order and everything. That church delivery paid me just $2. $2, and this was before. This was when the minimum base pay was $2 per delivery. This is before DoorDash switched it to where it was $2, per offer. So the post office was $2 and a $6 tip, and then the church was just $2. And because they probably didn't even know how to tip and were completely confused and lost and everything. So anyway, I know I'm babbling about DoorDash on an Instacart video. I apologize, but that's why I thought it was kind of cool when it shows these order counts here. And we didn't have too much trouble in the store. I think my wife got after me. I was kind of looking around and at different things in the store. Oh, look at what they got over here, and oh, look at this. Look at what that guy is wearing over there. Look what's on his sweatshirt. I don't know why I would. When I'm by myself dashing and shopping through the stores, I'm zeroed in on the task at hand, and I'm boom, 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 boom. But for whatever reason, on this order, with my wife doing it, I was being a distraction. So I apologize again to my wife. But I think we still got everything shopped in a decent time. And so took this screenshot. We didn't really, as far as pay per hour or whatever, we didn't do good on this though. So this took 3 minutes shy of 1 hour start to finish. And now one of the customers added an additional dollar to the tip. So this was actually, I want to say like 15.48. But even still, that's under the bare minimum $20 an hour that I like to shoot for when I'm on my own. Um, and then everything just, and you see like the pay breakdown here: $6 in base pay, $8 tips, and then of course the dollar added. And then everything just died, which I was kind of, I thought, well, let's change things up on this particular day. Let's go ahead and I'll do Instacart with my wife for a few hours. Maybe I won't even do DoorDash. But folks, it just died. And we did see, we took screenshots of this other offer that had come across. Look at this. And this is after money was added to it. This isn't the initial amount. The initial amount was, I think, like $5.68. You're going to ask somebody to walk into a grocery store and put 26 items in a cart and deliver it. I don't care that it's less than a mile. Put 26 items into a cart, go to a register, scan 26 things, and pay that person $5 for doing that. Guys, that's just awful. And so this is like when the first time they added money to it. $5.88. They had like I said, like 20 cents. And then we took another screenshot. So 3 minutes later, whoop-de-doo, 50 more cents added. I told when we first saw the um, offer come across, I told my wife, I said, probably the bear, because it's less than a mile, maybe I would do this for like $9. But that's kind of like pushing it because, like I said, it is 26 items. And another shopper finally took it once it got over $8. But I wouldn't have took this for eight something. And this is for the most part, this is the kind of stuff my wife sees on there. Now I think when we dropped these two off, I think it said that at that point she had like 10 deliveries lifetime. So she's hardly ever done it. And so she's obviously whatever the lowest tier of drivers is, she's in. So, and I have no idea how Instacart works. I don't know how many what their tiered system is. If there's offers that go through two or three different groups of drivers before getting to my wife, and she just sees like the worst of the worst offers. I don't know how it works. But yeah, both, and then of course I'm on Shipped, and with that and Instacart, it's mostly junk that I see. I mean, the shop and deliver orders that I get on DoorDash are much, 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 much better than what I see on these two platforms. But again, maybe it's just that you have to build up a certain order count, or I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what their tiered system is. And then after that, maybe the Instacart shoppers on the highest levels, maybe they see offers that are a lot better than what I get on DoorDash. So, I don't know. Like I did one today. It was, what was it, 24 $24, I want to say. Um, like 11 or 12 miles, and it was two deliveries, and it was like eight total items. And my wife never sees anything remotely as good as that on Instacart. I don't think she's ever seen something that pays like that. So anyway, so there's my Instacart story for today, for whatever it's worth. If we ever, whenever we go to jump on there again in the future, do more orders, I'll document that as well. But that's all from Instacart for now. Thanks guys so much for watching. Be safe out there driving. We'll catch you next time.